Following the April 24th cuts that saw nearly 25 WWE stars released, the conversation quickly shifted to one key question: who is actually making these decisions? With TKO Group Holdings now overseeing WWE, speculation pointed toward corporate influence, but according to Dave Meltzer, that assumption doesn't hold up. Addressing the situation, Meltzer made it clear that figures like Ari Emanuel are not involved in choosing who gets released, and even Nick Khan may not be directly making those calls. Nobody above Levesque is saying who to cut. Maybe Nick Khan, maybe not. Ari Emanuel isn't sitting there saying we have to fire Zelina and Kairi. By and large, the decision maker, for good or for bad here, is Paul. It's like in other years where people blamed this person or that person when the decision was 100% Vince. He then explained how the structure likely works behind the scenes, pointing to financial oversight at the top, but creative control staying internal. There's not a chance TKO is ordering who to cut. It is possible they've got an unofficial salary cap and Levesque as the manager has to keep the number below that. Most likely the salary total would be a Khan decision, and as far as the key in the personnel decision, that's Levesque, although Khan having input and others having input is likely. It's like Vince would consult with a few people, but at the end, it was Vince's call, not Jim Ross or Johnny Ace or JJ Dillon. That comparison is important. The structure mirrors the Vince McMahon era, where multiple voices contribute, but final accountability sits with Triple H. And that changes the narrative. Instead of pointing toward TKO, the focus now shifts directly to WWE's internal leadership and how those decisions are being made at the top. Do you think this level of centralized control is the right approach, or should WWE make roster decisions more collaborative? One of the more surprising names in the recent WWE releases was Aleister Black, and almost immediately, fans began connecting the dots toward a possible AEW return. Given his previous run as Malakai Black and his ties to the House of Black, the idea of a reunion quickly gained traction online. Some even went a step further, suggesting a revamped version of the group, including Zelina Vega, to freshen things up. That's when the conversation took a sharp turn. Sean Dean, who works closely with AEW in a talent coordination role, responded directly on X to the idea and didn't leave any room for interpretation. No. That single word reply effectively shut down the speculation. It was a clear dismissal of the reunion concept, at least in the form fans were pitching, and coming from someone in this position, the response carries weight. Now that doesn't necessarily mean the door is completely closed, but it does change the tone around what seemed like an obvious next step. Instead of a straightforward AEW return, Black's future suddenly feels far less predictable. Do you still see Aleister Black returning to AEW down the line, or should he take a completely different path from here? The conversation around Kairi Sane's WWE release has taken a sharp turn, and this time it's being driven entirely by fan reaction. After Sane addressed her exit and Asuka publicly showed support, the situation only gained momentum. As of April 25th, the hashtag WeWantKairi surged to the number 2 trending spot on Twitter, with thousands of fans calling for her return. That momentum quickly turned into action. Fans launched a petition on Change.org urging WWE to bring her back, highlighting her in-ring ability, charisma, and connection with the audience, particularly her Pirate Princess persona. The petition directly appealed to WWE leadership, stating, "We urge WWE executives to prioritize the return of Kairi Sane. Her presence would invigorate storylines, increase viewer engagement, and inspire a new generation of wrestlers and fans alike." The movement didn't stop there. When Triple H posted a promotional tweet for Backlash featuring Roman Reigns, fans flooded the replies, not to discuss the show, but to voice frustration over the releases, with Sane's name dominating the conversation. Man, you're creatively bankrupt and you're just TKO's little... Like really, releasing the best tag team on your roster because you don't care about tag team wrestling, and Kairi Sane just waiting for the day you get fired because it will come. Some responses were blunt, criticizing creative decisions and questioning why Sane was released after months of character development. Firing Kairi after spending a whole year building to her face turn. Other fans also started a hashtag WeWantKairi thread for good measure. At this point, the reaction has gone beyond disappointment, it's turned into a coordinated push from fans. And now the question shifts from why she was released to whether WWE will respond to the noise. Do you think WWE would reconsider and bring Kairi Sane back, or is this chapter already closed? Jackie Redmond has potentially put her job on the line to show her support for Kairi Sane, posting a viral tweet that said, "We want Kairi." Endorsing the fan movement is a bold move that shows how much Kairi meant to her behind the scenes. However, it's also a risky move as it doesn't reflect well on TKO. Now, Jackie has since deleted the tweet, with some speculating that the company told her to take it down. Incident at the MGM Grand drew major attention, but the latest update suggests WWE isn't taking any action against him. According to Fightful Select, Punk has not faced any disciplinary measures from WWE following the confrontation that went viral during WrestleMania week in Las Vegas. Despite the widespread coverage and multiple reports detailing what happened, the company has not issued any internal punishment. CM Punk faced no disciplinary action for the fan incident during WrestleMania week. That confirmation provides clarity on WWE's stance. The situation itself unfolded inside the MGM Grand, where footage showed Punk knocking a fan's phone down near the elevators. The moment quickly escalated, prompting security to step in and separate those involved. While the clip sparked debate online, WWE's response, at least internally, has been to take no action. For now, the incident appears to be closed from the company's side, even as discussion continues among fans. WWE has officially secured a new international signing, bringing in former NJPW star Evil, also known as Takaki Watanabe. The update comes from Mike Johnson of PW Insider, who confirmed the deal and added that WWE is expected to reintroduce him with a different ring name. While nothing has been officially announced yet, early speculation points towards the name Sinister, which the company has reportedly trademarked. That suggests a clear reset in presentation. But the bigger story isn't just the name change, it's how WWE plans to debut him. Right now, there appears to be a split in direction. Evil is said to prefer starting in NXT, using that platform to adapt to WWE's style and environment before stepping on to the main stage. On the other hand, internal discussions within WWE lean toward a more immediate approach, with the possibility of placing him straight onto the main roster. That difference in approach is significant. It shows that while both sides are aligned on bringing him in, there's still ongoing conversation about how to best position him from day one. And that decision could shape everything that follows. A run in NXT would allow for a more gradual build, while a direct main roster debut would signal strong confidence in his ability to make an instant impact. For now, the signing is done, but the rollout remains undecided. Do you think Evil should take the NXT route first, or go straight to Raw or SmackDown and make his presence felt immediately? Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. A tense situation involving Jelly Roll has surfaced following an alleged incident at a charity event, but despite the seriousness of the claims, authorities have not taken further action. The accusations come from comedian Nicole Arbour, who filed a report on March 1st as part of an ongoing dispute involving the artist and his circle. While the allegations have gained attention, the situation has not progressed into a legal case. According to the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department, in a statement provided via TMZ, there is currently no investigation underway and no charges have been filed. Officials describe the situation as an ongoing online back and forth, framing it more as a public dispute than a criminal matter. Arbour claims that during the charity event, Jelly Roll, whose legal name is Jason DeFord, made a threatening remark after noticing her with a camera. She alleges he said that if he saw her filming, he would kill her. Deputies reportedly reviewed video footage she submitted and noted that the alleged comment could be heard. However, that version of events has been challenged. A separate source has disputed the allegation entirely, saying there is no merit to the claims, something that aligns with law enforcement's decision not to pursue charges or open an investigation at this time. This incident also ties into a broader and ongoing feud. Arbour has previously accused Jelly Roll's team of offering what she described as hush money, along with threats of legal action if she refused to agree. She has also referenced past issues involving the singer and his wife Bunny XO, further adding to the complexity of the situation. As of now, Jelly Roll has not publicly responded to these latest claims. For the moment, this remains a public dispute playing out across social media rather than a matter being handled in court. The fallout from Sol Ruca's brutal NXT revenge spot is still unfolding, and now Booker T has weighed in after witnessing it firsthand. The moment came during Ruca's last woman standing match with Zarya, where a missed table spot led to her crashing hard onto the back of her head. Concern was immediate at ringside, and according to Booker T, the impact looked every bit as dangerous as it felt. Speaking to Sports Illustrated on April 24th, he didn't downplay what he saw. "I was there with Sol Ruca up close and personal. I saw it happen right before my eyes. It was a gnarly bump, one of the gnarliest bumps I've seen in a long time." But what stood out wasn't just his reaction, it was where he placed the responsibility. Rather than pointing fingers at Ruca, Booker T made it clear that situations like this should never fall on the talent. In his view, the accountability lies with the people structuring the match. "That's not going to be on the talent. It's never going to be on the talent. It's going to be up to us to figure out how to put the talent in a better position not to be in harm's way if something like that is going to happen." He then reinforced how unforgiving the business can be, emphasizing how quickly things can go wrong. "Because one thing about this business is that it's not ballet. One slip is all it takes for your career to be over." That perspective led into a broader point. Booker stressed that producers, agents, and decision makers need to take a closer look at how these high-risk moments are planned, especially when it involves talent on the verge of bigger opportunities. "So I just feel like that's going to be on us, the managers, the producers, the directors, to make sure we make better decisions as far as that goes. Because Sol Ruca is going to the main roster. We don't want her not to be able to go to the main roster on her last night in NXT." That last line adds real weight. This isn't just about one dangerous spot, it's about protecting momentum, careers, and long-term plans. With Ruca already gaining traction through her Raw appearances and interactions with Liv Morgan, the timing of this incident makes the conversation even more important. Now the focus shifts beyond the moment itself to how WWE manages risk moving forward. Do you agree with Booker T that responsibility should fall on producers, or do wrestlers share some of that accountability when it comes to high-risk spots? Lucha Underground may be on the verge of a comeback, and the first sign came out of nowhere. For the first time since 2019, the promotion's official account suddenly posted a short teaser, instantly catching the attention of longtime fans. The clip featured a single word, "Mas," accompanied by a simple caption, "Soon." That brief message was enough to spark immediate speculation. After years of complete silence, any activity tied to Lucha Underground stands out. And this wasn't random, it felt intentional, almost like a signal that something is being prepared behind the scenes. The fallout from Jordynne Grace's match with Giulia isn't just about what happened in the ring, it's about what happened backstage, and now Grace has confirmed there were consequences. Their hard-hitting bout on the May 26, 2025 episode of NXT drew attention for multiple dangerous-looking neck bumps, with both fans and officials reacting in real time. Now, speaking to Adrian Hernandez, Grace has revealed that WWE wasn't pleased with how far things went. "I'll give you a little behind-the-scenes information. We got in trouble for that match. They just said it was too much. I think it was too much." That response aligns with earlier reports that described audible concern backstage, particularly after Giulia took several hard landings, including a Michinoku driver that immediately raised red flags. Grace then explained what led to one of the most talked about moments in the match, pointing to a difference in how certain moves are executed across wrestling styles. "So I do a Michinoku driver, and at the time, listen, I did not know that they don't do the Michinoku driver like they do in Japan here. They do the one where you sit the person out all the way, flat on the back, so I didn't know that was a thing until after this match." That understanding contributed to the risky sequence that drew concern, and Grace admitted the reaction backstage wasn't positive. "It was not taken very well, but I loved the match. I love wrestling Giulia, she's awesome. I cannot wait to wrestle her again." Despite the criticism, Grace made it clear that those high-intensity moments are what she values most about wrestling. "And those matches are really the best moments for me because that's when the wrestlers really get to feel something. They feel like it's real. It is real, but it's real in that moment." The match itself included multiple risky spots, including a moment where Giulia tucked her chin incorrectly, drawing comparisons to past in-ring mishaps, followed by another rough landing later in the bout. Reports at the time indicated that NXT officials moved quickly to ensure similar situations wouldn't become standard. While the match delivered intensity, it also raised a bigger question about where the line should be drawn when it comes to safety. So now the question is, are matches like this worth the risk for realism, or was WWE right to step in and say it went too far?